Let's get to President Donald Trump's second term in office. For a third day in a row, we're expected to see a crowd gather outside the D.C. jail as more January 6 defendants are released. And that is where we find our Marcella Robertson this morning. Marcella, good morning to you. We saw more people being released yesterday, and we know that more will be released today.
Annie, good morning to you. Yes, several more January 6 defendants were released here from the D.C. jail last night. They were greeted by supporters and crowds and family members. I can tell you that right now things are very quiet outside the jail. Just a couple of police cruisers in the area, but very, very quiet otherwise, although we are expecting more defendants to be released later today, which is why we are also expecting those crowds to return and those supporters for a third day in a row. I want to show you some of that video from last night. As some of these J6 defendants were being released, we're told that they're actually not being allowed to walk right out of the jail, that they were dropped off in nearby neighborhoods, and they actually ended up making their way back to the jail to meet with their supporters. People like Jonathan Pollock, who authorities had actually been looking for him since 2022. The FBI caught up to him about a year ago, and he had been in custody since then until last night.
Ecstatic. Our president gave this man a pardon.
I love you, Mama. Mama, I'm coming to Mar-a-Lago. I ain't going to Disneyland. I'm going to Mar-a-Lago.
Now, I can tell you that you can hear there he and several of the other defendants that were released were greeted by supporters with cheers and really just hugs. Gregory Purdy, Edward Lang, and Tom Vernis, they were also released last night. And another thing to mention, keep in mind that these large crowds really have some of the neighbors here nearby very frustrated. They say a lot of the yelling and screaming has really gotten out of hand. Of course, these pardons have really garnered a lot of mixed reactions. The D.C. Police Union also speaking out about their frustrations this morning, saying that anyone charged or who has assaulted a law enforcement officer should be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law with no exceptions. So again, we are expecting more of those J6 defendants to be released here from the D.C. jail. It's unclear exactly when that'll happen and how long that processing is going to take for them to be released, but we're certainly expecting those crowds to return here again later this morning. Back to you.